I want you to think with me for a minute. I want you to think about your siblings. How many people in the room think it would not have been a good idea to go in business with one of your brothers or sisters? Is there anybody in the room that has that? There's hands up. I've got my hands up. This is a story of two opposites, two guys that couldn't have been more opposite. Powell Crosley Jr. flunked out of the University of Cincinnati. He was just one of those guys. And his brother Lewis, my grandfather, was a graduate civil engineer. I mean, that's a slide rule guy before the days of the slide rule. Every time you think about opposites, lifelong business partners, brothers, best friends, it gets narrower and narrower. Sometimes when those people die, the other one goes and looks in the box to make sure that person's really dead. And these two brothers are buried side by side on a hill in Spring Grove Cemetery at the back end, facing the childhood home of College Hill, where they spent their entire lives. Their childhood home, where at 12 and 14 they won a bet with their father that they could build a car that would go 4 blocks, and gathered the $5 bet. And when Powell, with his great enthusiasm and passion for cars, had a great wealth, launched the Crosley car, his younger brother came with him to do that. And the Crosley car has 1939, the World's Fair that Bill Chapin talked about was launched. There were 11 models. It was shut down in World War II. The top secret weapon that Crosley car was to be couldn't be the Jeep because it wasn't big enough. You have to think very small car. That car became the world's first snowmobile. The Crosley car stands today as America's first subcompact car, America's first sports car, first car in the history of the world with 4 disc brakes. One of those models was a sports utility vehicle, the first sports utility vehicle. In 1947, the Crosley station wagon led the world as the number 1 station wagon in the world, because the rest of the world wasn't building station wagons yet. And in 1952, a Crosley won the first Sebring endurance race because it got 62 miles per gallon and didn't have to stop for gas. Little Crosley car appeared in 22 movies. The iconic picture of John Belushi with his college shirt standing in front of the Delta House, the Animal House, there's a yellow car right behind it. That's a Crosley car. And so the Crosley brothers, having been having the world's most powerful radio station, building being the number 1 manufacturer of radios, helping the Cincinnati Reds, their hometown Cincinnati Reds, win the World Series, launching the Crosley car in the 1939 World Series, and helping America win the World War II with the number 2 top secret weapon of its time, the proximity fuse, ultimately ended up, many decades after they died, on the New York Times bestseller list, the Wall Street Journal, and Business Week bestseller list. We have that book tonight for $10 if you'd like it. And most importantly, for Powell in the Automotive Hall of Fame. Thank you very much.